Alright guys, so finally I am here. He's my friend Asif. He's currently in his second year of MBBS. We don't call it MBBS here in Germany. Here people say it medicine.
Exactly.
Medicine studies, yeah? Which is equivalent to MBBS.
Exactly.
Right? We'll get to all of these details a little later on, but Asif, why don't you just give us your quick introduction about where do you come from in India? How much was your 12th grade score? In a nugget, just tell us like what has been your journey so far.
My name is Asif. I'm from Kolkata originally. In class 10th, I had 87%. In class 12, I had 88%. After class 12th, I did my B1 in India, and then I applied for Studienkolleg and came to Germany. And after that, I applied for medicine here.
Alright, so just to quickly walk you through his journey, before filming this video, we were like, really getting into depth of the way he came. And it really left me with a bitter feeling. And I would not suggest people to come this way. Well, he completed his B1 in India, came here to do his 13th year. Again, if you're totally new to this topic and have absolutely no idea of how do you start your bachelor's in Germany, I would refer you to watch this video and then come back and continue from here on. I hope that you've watched that video. Let's continue now. So for people to come from India and then continue their bachelor's, they're supposed to go through, there's something called as Studienkolleg, and there is a final exam to this Studienkolleg. It's called as FSP. So your 12th grade and your FSP decides which university you will go and study your MBBS/medicine in Germany, right?
Exactly.
Now in his case, he did his B1 in India, which is for medicine studies, it's not that high level. I would, and in fact you also said like B1, B2 is, you would suggest?
I mean, if you want to study medicine in India and you're currently in India, I would suggest you should have at least B2 in order to understand the process while applying, because most of the things are in German. So if you are at least B2 level, you would understand most of the things. Right. So it would be easier for you.
Right. So going back to his story, he was saying that he would suggest B2 minimum for his to clear entrance exam for Studienkolleg, and that is called as Aufnahmeprüfung. Exactly. Now to clear Aufnahmeprüfung, he's suggesting B2 is minimum, what he would suggest. Technically, if you would have gone and studied Studienkolleg, you would be spending one whole year studying M course, right? But he did not. He didn't do that. Because he was running out of time, and there was a lot of pressure from immigration office that you have to complete certain things certain time. He applied for a external FSP, right?
Exactly. As a student, you can give the FSP as an external student also. If you're preparing somewhere in a private university, in a private Studienkolleg, there are private ones also here. Yeah. So if you don't pass the Aufnahme test, you have that other option also. Yeah. After doing that, you can give as an external student in different universities. So you need to pay, get a seat, give the exam, simple as that. Got it. So it's the same thing, just you don't have to study in the same university to give that exam.
You see, all of this he had to go through. Currently he's studying his medicine studies here in one of the most reputed hospitals in the country right now, Charité, right? Exactly. Charité Institution, what is it called, the full name?
Charité Universitätsmedizin. Yeah. Charité University for Medicine.
Charité, yeah. So he's studying there. All of the hard work what he had to go through, I'm sure that could have been more easier if he would have had more information before.
Exactly.
See, all in all, what we are talking is whatever he went through, but there are other 1,000 doors also to come in. That's the point. And we will recommend you right here which is the most efficient one financially as well as time-wise. And your FSP?
It was in a German grade, so the German grade is different from Indian grades. I had in my FSP 1,5, and they average it out. So if in your class 12 you had 85 and say in your FSP you have 1,5, they average it out, so you have 1,45 something. Okay. So when they speak about qualification, what your result is, you need to tell them this average. Not of your class 12, not of your FSP. That you need to know that they look at your average marks.
Got it. Asif, let's keep this discussion as basic as possible. Tell us the ways for us to do medicine studies here in Germany. What are the options first?
First of all, my first suggestion would be to try to think about and prepare it early in your class 11th, if possible in 10th. If you're someone in class 11th or 12th, you should try to start learning the German language, because it's not easy for everyone, it takes time. Then your main focus should be on your class 12th exams. I cannot emphasize this enough. You need to have good marks in order to get a chance here. Yeah. So if you have like around 85, 90 or even in the 80 to 85 range, you still have a chance. After your class 12, you have given this exam, boards exams, you have 3 ways to continue forward. The first way is of student colleague, like he said.
Yeah.
So you need to apply for a student colleague in India. Come here, give the entrance test, study your student colleague for 2 semesters, 1 entire year. At the end, you need to give your FSP, and then you get your average marks and you're qualified to apply.
Got it.
Second way is to, after doing your class 12, you study your bachelor's in India.
In what?
But this needs to be in the same subject that you're studying. So in my case, medicine, you need to study in the direction of biology. So it can be botany, zoology, or even in chemistry in some cases, but in the same direction. And the third way that you can do is come here on a conditional letter to learn your language. After B1, I would suggest. For your B2, your C1. Do your language here and then give your exams and apply for the university.
You come by option number 3. Once you have achieved the language here in Germany, wherever you come, then go to option number 1, what he said. Go ahead, give your entrance exam, Aufnahmeprüfung, clear that, go ahead and study for next 2 semesters, which is 1 year, then give your FSP, then you have 12 score, and then you have FSP score, average, then you enter one of the university. So these are 3 options.
Yeah. Now you have your final qualification score, what you are going to apply with. So average marks. After that, you need to give an exam. It's called Test AS, or Test for Ausländische Student. In English, Test for Foreign Students. This exam you need to give first of all in German language. And this exam has 2 parts. So the first part is the aptitude test. It's like any other IQ test on the internet. And the second part is different depending on what you're trying to study. In our case, if you're trying to study medicine, you need to give Naturwissenschaft or natural studies. Questions come from biology, chemistry and physics. There are also books available online. You can download them and prepare. Most important thing I would want to suggest or tell you is that it's in MCQ format. So we as Indians, we are very well prepared for MCQs. So that's a plus point. So in my opinion, if you're well prepared, you can get good marks in this exam. And the point of this exam is that say you have around 80 to 85% and not that high, not 90%. You still have a chance if you give this exam. The higher you score in this exam, the more you can better your average result, if you know what I mean.
Let's go slow.
Okay.
So the point of Test AS exam is to boost the profile?
Exactly.
You have to give Test AS once you have 12 score, of course, and then the FSP score, and then the average of both of them, and then you give this exam, and then all of them club together.
And then you have a final result which has been boosted because of your exams.
Because of Test AS, the grades what you got previously have boosted now.
Exactly.
But is Test AS mandatory to give?
In many universities, you have to give that because that is part of your admission criteria.
Got it.
So you have to give that. But in some universities, you can apply directly. But I would suggest to give it anyway.
Got it. Because at the end of the day, you want to increase your chance of maximizing the chance of getting to university, right? Got it. These are the 3 ways what he explained you could make your way to Germany. Asif, can you clarify one thing? MBBS as a word in Germany is called as what? Medicine.
So we don't really call it MBBS. So if you go around Google searching MBBS, you won't find anything. We call it Medizin.
So Medicine Studies auf Deutsch, Medicine Studies in Germany. What is the duration of the studies?
So in total, it's 6 years. So just like in India, you do 5 years of your studies, and then after that 1 year of internship, your post clinical year.
Right.
So,
Right. Can you break down and tell us exactly what is what in this each year?
Yeah. So here the first 2 years, also from first semester till your 4th semester, is called Vorklinik or the preclinical year. So you study subjects like anatomy, immunology, hematology and stuff like that in your preclinical year. Then from 2nd year to your 5th year, it's the post-clinical year. So we focus more on clinical stuff like diseases, medicine and stuff like that. And after doing that, we have to give our first Start exam. That is the exam that every doctor has to give in order to receive the degree.
Right.
It happens in 2 parts. The Start exam 1, that just I said, after your 5th year. And Start exam 2, that is after your internship, your 1 year of internship that you do after your 5th year. Then you have to give your Start exam 2, and after passing them both, you get your degree.
Let's talk about something extremely important, and which is the money part involved to get this degree. Again, we all know if you study anywhere in the world, like literally you have to spend, you really have to, drill your pocket. Here in Germany, there is as such no tuition fees involved, what you need to pay to any institution wherever you're getting selected. However, there is something called a semester contribution, which ranges anywhere between 300 to 500. I think you're giving 300?
Yeah.
Right now. So since the course is of 6 years, that is 12 semesters.
Yeah.
Each semester cost comes at 300 euros.
Approximately.
Right? Yep. You tell me, what is the total cost involved in this long 6 years?
So like you said, we need to pay our semester fees. So in a year, you pay 600 euros just to the university. That's your fees.
Okay.
And for 6 years, it's 600 into 6. That's 3,600.
Got it.
Then comes the cost of living. Your accommodation, insurance, and stuff like that. In total, for a year, you need to have at least the amount for a blocked account. That's around 10,400 right now. So for 6 years, it's in 60,000 something.
Got it.
So you're looking anywhere around, including miscellaneous costs, you're looking anywhere around 70,000 euros for the entire duration of the studies.
It's again, it's a ballpark what we have given, anywhere between 65 to 70,000 euros, which includes all your 6 years of cost of living and 6 years of semester contribution to the university. Is there a chance where I get to do a part-time job during my studies are going on? I mean, how does your schedule look like?
So there are a lot of jobs available for students that you can do. I personally finance my studies myself, so I pay the fees and everything myself. So I do a part-time job here.
Where?
And I work as a Sitzfacher, as a helper, nurse helper at a university hospital only. So that way I also get to meet new patients, learn new things, be in contact with how everything works in a hospital, and I get paid for that. So
but this is not part of your studies?
No, it's not. It's my name job or my part-time job.
Okay, nice.
So there are jobs like these available in the hospitals. You need to have some experience that you can get, but medical students do get jobs.
But like, what about your studies? Like, does it collide sometime with your classes?
The thing about where I work is that I plan my job myself. So I can choose when I want to work and what day I want to work. So mostly I work on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Mostly in the morning. You need to wake up early, from 6 to 2 o'clock. Mostly the shifts are like.
As a student in Germany, you have a provision of to be able to work for 20 hours a week, but it totally depends on how stressful or busy your university is keeping you.
Yeah.
And it's not assured that you can manage everything by yourself. That's why when I asked him about the cost of living, he straight away said have a 10,400 euros for your 1 year of expenses here in this country. I think the point then goes back to again the previous point is have no financial stress when you're here. Somehow keep all these financial aspects really far from you, because the focus should be the education, what you've come here for. And if ever someone tries to sell you this idea of, hey, no, you can go there and manage your studies and then part-time job as well. Again, this is not engineering here. Okay, I've seen engineering students, even their schedule gets busy, but again, college to college, university to university, and programs to program. But I would not say that you don't rely on such promises made by some third person here. Absolutely no. Alright, so that was a lot of information. I get it. I hope you have made some notes. You can re-watch this video again and again and again. Any of your last thoughts to all those people who are watching us right now?
So to all the people who are watching the video who want to study MBBS in Germany, the first advice I would give them is to stay motivated, because it's really important. I know this process is very lengthy and complicated, but you shouldn't give up. And the second, the most important point that I would like to tell them is to focus on your studies, because at the end of the day, the entire process would be easy. Whatever we have talked about, it would be much easier if you focus on your studies and get good marks. So your main aim should be to do well in your studies, class 12, when you come here in your B1, B2, and after that, your entire process should be much easier.
Got it. So focus on language already early on, maybe if you're in 10th standard right now, or if you're in 11th standard, even if you're in 12th, no problem. And guess what? Hey, it's all worth it. If you want to take a break of 1 year and focus only on German language, it's all worth it. So don't hesitate to take such steps, and then focus on your 12th grade. Of course, as you're focusing on the language, extremely important to focus on your 12th grade also. Playing in 60s, 70s,
that doesn't help you at all.
Would not help you, at least here, to get into the university. But again, we are not saying that hard and fast rule that this is what it is. Like if you score this grade, maybe there'll be a day where I'll find someone in Germany who's studying with 60% or 70%. Who knows? But right now, so far, I have not come across.
Neither I haven't.
So focus on the grades. I think rest of the process will then start speaking for you. Thank you so much for coming on my channel. I hope that you got what you wanted. If you still haven't, then I would say spend some time doing research, get in touch with the university directly if you have any specific question. But yeah, that's all what we have. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.